everyone, myself Bhautik Trivedi, working as an assistant professor in IT/ICT department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. I will explain you the concept of RTP in Advanced Networking Protocol subject. So what do you mean by RTP here? So RTP means that is a one kind of real-time transport protocol. So this particular session totally belongs to the concept of RTP, the working of RTP, the packet format of RTP, each and everything related to the RTP. That's the part of this particular session. So start with the first one. How the real-time transport protocol origin means which particular company developed by this particular protocol. So must remember one thing, real-time transport protocol, that's the part of the multimedia networking. So that is developed by Audio Video Transport Working Group. Audio Video Transport Working Group, and the name of the group, at least you know the name of this, IETF. IETF, that's the one networking establishment. What's the full form of that? Internet Engineering Task Force. So IETF generally develop the audio video transport working for this RTP. Which particular user or which particular author generally develop this, or which particular person generally develop this? So different criteria based on that. One, that is totally based on the packet design. Second one, that is related to the blue post system. Third one, that is again related to the packet design. So different university persons generally develop this particular real-time transport protocol. After that, the most important thing, currently I am talking about the origin of RTP. How the RTP origin. So firstly, RTP published as RFC 1889, and all of you know what is the meaning of RFC in networking. That is the request for comment. So that is in 1996. But after that, in 2003, again one generating the RFC 3550. So that's the normal talk related to the origin of RTP. Means how the RTP origin, then after the how the which particular person, that's the part of the originated of the RTP. So here you just see, then after the talk about the proper meaning of RTP. What is the meaning of RTP and why we use the RTP? So main thing, end-to-end delivery of service. Which kind of data? Real-time data. Transmitting the real-time data, but in form of either in form of the audio or in form of the video over multicast and unicast network. So the definition of the RTP is that end-to-end delivery of the service for which kind of data? Audio and video data over the multicast and unicast network. Real-time transport protocol under the category of which particular layer? So that is under the category of the application layer protocol. After that, third important point, typically used on top of IP and UDP. All of you know UDP or TCP under which category of the layer? That is under the category of the transport layer. But whenever I talk about the internet protocol, so that is under the category of the network layer. Network layer means the number of the network layer, that is the layer number 3, and the UDP or TCP, that's the transport layer, that's the layer number 4, and layer number 7 means what? That is the application layer. So application layer generally supported the RTP. So in short, real-time transport protocol, that's the part of the application layer. After that, the normal introduction of the RTP. So which particular application, that's the part of the RTP. So application, whatever the application that using the RTP, so that supported the two characteristics. One characteristic, that is the less sensitive to packet loss, and second one very sensitive to packet delay. Means sensitive to packet delay and less sensitive to packet loss. So any example of the real-time transport protocol? So mainly three examples, and already you know the name of each and every example. First one, already you know the concept of video teleconferencing. So video teleconferencing, that's the part of the real-time transport protocol example. After that, VoIP. VoIP means voice over internet protocol, and that is also known as a internet telephony or VoIP telephony. And last one, that is the internet audio video streaming. So these all example, that's the part of the real-time transport protocol. So that's the normal introduction about the real-time transport protocol. After that, the general characteristics of the RTP. So must remember one thing, RTP specify the packet structure for packets that carrying the audio video data. Means I can directly say that RTP generally transmitting the audio and video related data. Another important point, that is supported which particular RFC? So that is 3550, and all of you know RFC means request for comment. After that, whatever the RTP packet is there, RTP packet provide which kind of functionality? So RTP packet generally supported three. First one, that is the payload type identification. Second one, that is the packet sequence numbering. And third one, that is the time stamping. All of you know what is the meaning of time stamp in computer network or advanced computer networking. So that is totally based on these three important parameters. Again I repeat the name, payload type identification, packet sequence numbering and time stamping. After that, RTP runs at which particular place? So RTP runs in an AND system. And RTP supported the encapsulation? Yes, RTP supported the encapsulation and encapsulated in UDP segment, because all of you know TCP and UDP, that is totally based on the transport layer, and whatever the functionality of the UDP, that is totally based on the segment side. After that, one important characteristics of the real-time protocol is that interoperability. What is the meaning of interoperability here? Two VoIP application run the RTP, they may be able to work together. So that is known as a interoperable in computer network or advanced computer networking. So that's the characteristics of the RTP. After that, the features, the working of the RTP, how the RTP works. So must remember one thing, either you take the real-time transport protocol or you take the real-time transport control protocol PDU, are sent to the same multicast group by all participants. RTP supported which particular file format? RTP supported the MPG, but you can add extra format on that. Another important point, RTP also supported one concept here, the name of the concept, that is known as a jitter component or multimedia streaming. So streaming means what? Already you know, that tolerating the packet loss and detection of the sequence of arrival of the different attributes. So here you just see I put the figure. That's the most important figure for the RTP. So already you know one source is there and one display is there. So from the source you directly sending the frame. Whatever the different frame are directly passed to the encoder. From the encoder it directly passed to the packetizer. Packetizer generally using the packetization process. From the it directly transfers to the transport control. From the transport control it directly sent to the network. From the network it directly transmit to the transport control from the display. Then after the concept of reassembly, and then after the decoder, and final one, that is the computed frame, and it directly display to the destination side. So this is the procedure for the working of the RTP. Again I repeat the important components of that. From the source transmitting the frame, first of all applying the encoding, then after the packetization, then after the transport control concept, after that segmentation is there, then after at the receiving side you directly applying the reassembly, then after the decoding, and whatever the computed frame you can directly transmit to the destination side. So this is the working of the RTP. After that, RTP packets. So that's the diagram for the RTP packet structure. So in this you just see the application is there, then after the RTP and RTCP is there, after that UDP and IP is there, and these all are the transport layer protocols. So that is the protocol architecture related to the RTP packets. This side you just see here in a bottom diagram, IP is there, UDP is there, RTP is there, and then after the voice sample. So this is the structure of the RTP packet. So whatever the packet format directly described in a next slides. So here you just see the concept of the RTP session. So fully concentrate on this particular figure. In between I put the internetwork. So that's the one kind of internet concept. Then after these four, that's the different components. So here mainly four type of communication possible in RTP session. One, that is the RTP audio. Second one, that is the audio RTCP. Third one, that is the RTP video. And fourth one, that is the video RTCP. What is the meaning of RTCP? Real-time transport control protocol. And whenever I talk about the RTP only, so that is the real-time transport protocol. So this is a one kind of session. How I maintain the session? So RTP session is sending and receiving of RTP data by a group of participants. So here this all can be treated as a group of participants. Must remember one thing, for each and every participant, a session is a pair of transport address used to communicate with the group. Means here for each and every participant assign a one particular address or assign a one particular session address. So if multiple media is there for the communication purpose by the group, the transmission of each medium constitutes a session. Means with using the individual session, you can directly apply, you can directly maintain the communication here. That's why using the concept of RTP session. Again I repeat this, mainly four important points. First one, if you want to transmitting the RTP audio. Second one, you can transmit RTP video, the acknowledgement audio RTCP and video RTCP. So that is always in a form of real-time transport control protocol. So that's about the RTP session. After that, this is the again most important figure, synchronization source. So RTP using the synchronization source. So here you just see in between I put the network, and all this, that is your component, that is your participants. So in between you put the different synchronization source request. So here you just see synchronization source means what? Each source of RTP PDUs. All of you know PDU means protocol data unit. So that is identified by a unique randomly chosen 32-bit ID. So that is unique for each and every participant. That is known as a SSRC. Whatever the host generating the multiple streams. So whenever you generating the multiple streams within a single RTP, must use a different SSRC paired stream. Means if you directly pass the multiple streams, so for each and every stream using the different SSRC identification. So this is about the synchronization source for the RTP. After that, again the most important diagram, mainly two diagrams. First one, whatever the talk about the RTP packets. Second one, that is talk about the RTP session. Third one, that is related to the RTP synchronization source. Fourth one, how I transmit the data with using the RTP. Means what's the basic behind the data transmission of the RTP. So here you just see, here that's a component, then inter-network. In between I put the different RTP PDU. So RTP PDU, so first of all this participant directly transmit the SSRC sequence number plus timestamp plus payload. It directly transmit to the RTP PDU. So here you just see 17, 17, 17. But after that you just see the different concept 542, 541, 540. So what's the meaning of that? That belongs to the concept of sequence number. Then after the 21, then 8, 45, 687, 654 and 624. So that's the different timestamps and payload used here. So that's the structure of the PDU, RTP PDU. So based on the structure of the RTP PDU, you can directly transmit the data transmission. Again I repeat the diagram. Must remember one thing, that's the participant, that's the inter-network, generally sending the request in a form of SSRC sequence number, timestamp and payload. After that it directly pass to the different RTP PDU. So based on that you can directly transmit the data. After that RTP runs on top of UDP. What is the meaning of that? Again repeat the same procedure. Already you know the bottom layer, that is the physical, then after the data link, then after the IP, then after the UDP, and then after the RTP. And RTP supported which particular layer? Supported the application layer. So here you just see which kind of functionality, that's the part of the RTP. So first one, using the concept of the UDP, that supported the different port number, that supported the IP addresses, that supported the payload type identification, then after the packet sequence numbering and time stamping. Already I discussed in a diagram number 1 of this RTP session. So that remains as it is for the concept of RTP runs on top of UDP. But after that, real time example. Currently whatever the talking about the RTP, but how the RTP calculation, how the main fundamentals behind the RTP. Here you just see one simple example. If I directly sending the 64 kbps PCM, again the new important term. What is the meaning of PCM in networking? Pulse code modulation. Means whatever the multimedia part, that's the part of that. Pulse code modulation, encoded voice over RTP. So here you just see application collect the encoded data in a chunks. Every 20 millisecond, 160 bytes in a chunk. So how I calculate this? Audio chunk plus RTP header, that form the RTP packet. And whenever I generating the RTP packet, that is directly encapsulated in which part? RTP packet is directly encapsulated in UDP segment. After that, what's the functionality behind the RTP header? So RTP header indicates the type of audio encoding in each packet. So sender can change the encoding during the conference. So RTP header also containing the sequence number, also containing the timestamp. So that is related to the RTP header. So that's the example, means at least you know how the RTP, how the process behind the working of RTP and how I calculate the fundamentals behind the RTP. So that's the example of the RTP. After that already you know one concept, that is the QoS, that is the quality of service. Must remember one thing, RTP does not provide any mechanism to ensure timely data delivery or another QoS. So for that RTP supported the encapsulation, and encapsulation in terms of the end system. So whatever the router you put in between, that provide the best effort service to making them special. So in RTP packets arrive at destination in timely manner. So that's about the concept of only 2 points remaining in this. One, that is the RTP header. So here you just see whatever the important parameters in a diagram already I described in a different subtopics. So whenever you talk about the concept of RTP header, first one, that is belongs to payload type. Second one, that is the sequence number. Third one, that is the timestamp. fourth one that is the synchronization source ID, and fifth one that is the miscellaneous field. So first one, payload type means what? Payload type generally supported which type of encoding scheme, that's a part of the RTP. So here you just see the different techniques for that. If you put the payload type is equal to 0, that supported the PCM. If you put the payload type is equal to 3, that supported the GSM. If you put the payload type is equal to 7, that supported the LPC. Payload type is equal to 26, that supported the motion JPG. Payload type is equal to 31, that supported the H261. And payload type is equal to 33, that supported the MPG2 video. That is related to the payload type, means which particular encoding scheme you select for this particular technique. After that, sequence number. Sequence number means already you know. Sequence number concept remain as it is. It increment by one of each RTP packet. So it detecting the packet loss and restoring the packet sequence. After that, third one, that is the timestamp. What is the meaning of timestamp here? Timestamp is generally used for the audio purpose. So timestamp directly incremented by 1 for each sampling period, and if application generating the chunk of 160 encoded sample, so timestamp increase by 160 for each RTP. Must remember one thing, one RTP supported the 160 chunks, so timestamp increases by 160 for each RTP packet when source is active, and timestamp clock continuous to increase at constant rate when the source is inactive. So that is the most important point in RTP header related to the timestamp. And last field already I discussed, SSRC, that is the synchronized source ID. So it identifies the source of RTP stream, and each stream in RTP session has different SSRC. Means already I discussed, whenever you sending the multiple stream data, so at that time you generating the multiple synchronization source ID for that. So that's all about the session of the RTP. Thank you for watching.